Good morning, folks. This is Brainy Twin Gemini for September the 2nd, 2019. Collective reading for Twin Flame Soulmate Beta Connection. I'm going to do something a little different today. I'm going to lay all the cards down and then explain them after I'm done. The spread that I do is three card spread, 4 cards. What is the present energy, headspace of the DM? What is the message the DM wants to say to the DF? And what is the present outcome? And then I will do a series of messages to the DF. I primarily channel DM energy. I'm not sure why. I just do. So everything kind of revolves around that. So I'm just going to, I always let the cards fall out. What I'm feeling right now, I write in a journal every morning. I channel the energy through my journal. And I just flip the cards strictly for visual entertainment purposes. It's a little bit more, you know, fun than reading from a journal. So, flip the cards here. What I've been feeling and what I wrote in my my journal this morning is the DM is lonely, sad, has very deep regrets, is going within right now, and the deep regret is the fact that he hurt his DF. Sorry, the cards have to flip out exactly the way. I will not, like 4 cards is, I need one more card. Call out to my guardian angels, 1 card. My guardian angels are my parents. I believe they're the ones that I channel the energy from. Primarily my father. One more card, guardian angels. Thank you. Okay, so the last one. Guardian angels. Cards, please. Two cards. One more card. Okay, so now I'm going to go through and explain this. And I think today I'm actually going to read my journal because this is, these cards are just crazy. They always resonate with my journal and I don't know how that happens. Okay, so we're first going to start with the present energy of the divine masculine. So what their energy is right now. And they want you to know that they know that this is a past life connection. So they're feeling this. They know that they've met you somewhere before. They're just feeling that this is a past life connection. Even though that there's a past life connection, they're still stuck. So they're sitting, you know, wondering like, what can I do? How can I get there? And a lot of it has to do with their ego and the fear of hurting their DF. So a lot of them are just really, really in a bad place in terms of, you know, their ego is getting in the way because they have this fear that they hurt you and they don't know how to come forward. They don't know how to fix things. They didn't do it intentionally. They did it strictly out of fear. I will say that the collectives that I do, the DF and the DM are in complete separation. There is 0 contact, no communication. Because if you're communicating, you're not in separation, truly in separation. Free will. So we all have free will. And right now, they are using their free will. They're not, some of them are just not moving forward. They're living in the moment. They're living in the free will world, the 3D world. So that's where they're at right now. Some of them are like, I can't take this. I cannot take this. They don't know what this is about. And a lot of them are pushing it and suppressing it and pushing it down within. but it keeps rising to the surface. I keep getting this card, and like for the last several days, and it's in my journal as well. And this journey is about self-love. Love, sorry, I'm still trying to navigate here, this camera. Self-love. We have to love ourselves unconditionally before we can receive the unconditional love ourselves. As I've always said, love is a magnet. When you love yourself, the people just magnify towards you because of the love you have for yourself. This is probably one of the most difficult things we have to do for ourselves is self-love. A lot of people say, yes, I do love myself, but you know, there could be something in there that, you know, like it just needs to come out. You know, so take a good look at yourself and, you know, love yourself unconditionally. Everybody's beautiful. So that's their current energy right now. Right here, the feeling that I get, and this is the energy that I was channeling earlier this morning, and I'm actually going to read my journal today, but this here says third party, but what I feel is they're wrapping up third party situations. So the energy that I'm channeling is the DM is like fed up. He's done. He's just done. The actual words that I received, or the energy that I received this morning, and pardon my language, is they're fucking done. They're done with it all. So they're wrapping them up. Grounding. And again, you know, after, you know, they after they wrap up the third party situations, they have to ground themselves. You know, they have to bring themselves back, and they have to ground themselves. So everything kind of, you know, resonates with the other card. And again, this is a message that they're trying to say to their DF. So they're wrapping up the third party situation, they're grounding themselves, and they're asking you to get out in nature and just ground yourself as well. Getting out in nature, it's naturally all of the air and nature, it just helps ground you, it helps heal you. So they're asking you to go out into nature and just heal yourself and just, you know, do some grounding as well. They're coming in with an offer, and that could be communication, that could be anything. But I see this coming, and I see it coming very soon. And as I was saying with in my reading yesterday, it's going to be between, for a lot of you, it's going to be between now and September 22nd. I just have this feeling that it's going to happen between now and that time. So they are coming in with an offer. It could be just an offer of communication, but what I channeled this morning is it's communication, and it's going to be a surprise. Like, you're not going to expect it. Okay, so the overall energy I'm picking up, and again, it's clearing karma. Same thing as third-party situations. They're just clearing anything that doesn't serve a purpose in their life. So the energy I've been feeling for the last couple of days is family and friends. So for whatever reason, the family and friends are not serving them, or they're not, you know, they're just not supportive of them. And this particular DM is always giving and not receiving. And he wants to receive the love that he's been longing for. I've sensed this loneliness and this longing, and I feel there's this immense love today. The energy is just extreme love for the DF. Miracles. So believe in miracles. This journey is not an easy journey, and I believe that, you know, we have to go through this journey, and there's a lot of doubt sometimes that this is even real. I will tell you that there are some that have unhealthy obsessions, and, you know, because your DM will never ever abuse you. Ghosting and abuse are two different things. DMs ghost strictly out of fear because they can't handle this profound love. So they run. They run away from it because they don't want to face up to it. When you meet your twin flame fated connection, it forces you to look at yourself. It forces you to look at things in your life. And some people just aren't ready. They're not ready to fix the things that they need to fix. But unfortunately, because this is a fated connection, at some point they will get a kick in the butt, and they will have to face it. And a lot of the DMs have gone through an awakening, and they're ascending right now. So believe in miracles, okay? This is another thing I've been channeling, is they're very confused. A lot of them don't know what this is. You know, they're trying to rationalize this love, and many of them want to just naturally suppress it, and hopefully, you know, by suppressing it, it just goes away on its own. But it just keeps rising to the surface, and they don't understand why they have this profound love. A lot of them haven't figured it out yet. Some of them have, and I feel like some of them are like searching, researching this connection. I don't think that they're researching twin flame per se, but they're trying to understand what this is. So they're Googling, you know, symptoms or whatever. And then after they start Googling, they stumble upon the twin flame phenomenon, and it seems to resonate with them. So they're extremely confused, and they've been confused for quite some time. Travel, okay? So what I interpret from this card is it's the same as an offer. Some of them are traveling to you. Some of them are far. So some of you don't even live in the same country. So they're, you know, they're going to be traveling to you, you know, in the next little while. And like I said, I feel it between the transition from summer to fall. Okay, so that's the collective reading as of today, the energy as of today. And I'm just going to give 8 messages on, you know, what do they want to say to you. 4 and 4 is 8. 4 is my birth number. That's why I always use 4. I like to cut first. So this is their current headspace. So where they're at, like in their head, and these are the messages that they want to tell you right now. Way too many cards. I feel right now for some of you, there is a lot of 5D communication going on, and people try to understand, like they don't know what 5D communication is. The best way I can describe it is it's telepathic communication. So you hear each other and you feel their energy. So when they're sad, you're sad and you don't understand why you're sad. When there's anger, you feel angry. You take on the energy of each other. You know, there's a lot of people out there that say that this doesn't exist. It's all fabricated, and, you know, unless you actually live it, you don't know, right? There's scientists out there that say, you know, there's no evidence. But there's a lot of things in my life that science cannot explain. And maybe one day I'll share that stuff with you. I have physical evidence of my father speaking to me on paper, nonetheless. And he's no longer here. 3 more cards, guardian angels. 3 more cards. What does the DM have in his headspace right now? 3 cards, please. Sorry folks, sometimes it takes a while, but there's good reasons for it. And while I'm waiting for these 3 cards, I do offer a free 3-card spread. It's in my information below the video. One reading per person daily. That's all I ask. Don't ask me for multiple readings, because the outcome will always be the same. 2 more. Guardian angels. 2 more cards, please. Okay, so we're going to go through these cards. What is in his headspace, and what does he want to tell you that's, you know, he's working on right now. So trigger happy, so unfair. So I feel that some of the DFs are blocking the DMs, and this is how I interpret this, is that you're not letting them in. So they're, they're saying this is completely unfair, and I know some of the DFs are blocking the DMs in 5D. So they're just basically wanting to say, it's not fair. I wasn't exactly ready yet, so I ran. So basically that's what I just said. Most of the DMs, and divine masculine is masculine energy, so it could be a he or she. I always refer to he because it's masculine energy. But it doesn't matter whether you're female or male, it just where you are in the journey. And generally the runner is the DM. Okay, but they run. And they don't do it they don't just wake up and say, okay, I'm going to hurt you today. They do it strictly out of fear. So again, as the other collective cards read, karma's kicking my ass. So they're like done. They are completely done with anything that's not serving them anymore. But it's kicking them. It's kicking them on their ass, and it's putting them down. Like it's putting them down right now, right? It's not easy walking away. Allow me in your world, right? So as I said earlier, the DFs are blocking the DMs, and that's good. I mean, if this isn't serving you and you're not able to move forward in your life, then you have to do what is good for you, right? This journey is about self-love and unconditional love and healing wounds, right? That's why this connection exists. You don't know where it came from. It just came out of nowhere. And then all of a sudden, you do this, you have no choice but to do this work to yourself. Your soul's been sleeping, and, you have to wake it up. There's good reasons for it. I'm struggling in the 3D world. So everything resonates with one another in these messages and what's in their headspace right now. They're struggling, right? And if you're blocking them in the 5D world, they're just thinking it's not fair, right? But they're struggling. So I'm asking for some time to get myself together. So a lot of the reasons for the running is because the runner or the divine masculine is not in a place where they can fulfill the love. So there's past wounds, there's third-party situations, and to be quite honest, the love that the DM has for the DF, they're protecting them. They're protecting them from all of this because they do not want the DF to be brought into that world. Okay, so they need time. But I can tell you they're wrapping it up and they're done. They're absolutely done. And again, like everything flows. I'm getting my shit together, right? So they're working, a lot of these DMs, I don't feel they have like marriages per se or relationships. What I feel in this particular energy is that they're just working on getting their shit together. So they're getting rid of all the negative energy or toxic people out of their life, and they're working on it. So they are actually working on it. They see what this connection is about. They know what they need to do, and they're doing it. Am I deserving of your love? Okay, so a lot of them feel that they're not deserving of your love. They have self-worth issues. And, that's part of the journey as well. We have to look at our self-worth, and we have to look at our self-worth. Our self-worth is priceless, right? And they feel, some of the DFs are in a very good place. They're very financially stable. They have good careers, good jobs, good this, and they just don't feel that they're worthy of you, right? And that's a block, and that's something that they need to get over, right? In order to move forward. There's a reason why you were brought together, right? You are both worthy of each other, I always say love conquers all, right? But if you're still, healing and you have some wounds that you need to heal, it's not fair to be in union or reconciliation if you still have those wounds. Because if you have the wounds, they surface. Right? They surface themselves, and then you end up taking stuff out on each other that you really shouldn't be taking out on each other. So this is what's in the heart space. And this is 4 cards. Guardian Angels, 2 cards, please. 4 cards. I keep getting this card too, for days. Oh. Okay, so this is what's in their actual, present, current heart space. Everything I do is current. I don't do past, I don't do future, because we live in the moment. We don't live in anything else. And again, I can hear and feel you so strongly. So this energy is what I've actually channeled today. They are, there's immense love going on in the 5D right now. You guys are sending love back and forth to each other. For those of you that are not blocking, there's this immense love today. So they can feel you strongly, and vice versa. I feel like I'm drowning, and you're my anchor. So because of all of the work that they're doing in the 3D world, they're clearing karma, they're getting rid of third-party situations. They feel like they're drowning, but you're their anchor. So at the end of it, you're there. You're helping them. You're the anchor for them to move forward, to do what's not serving them in their life, to force them into self-healing, to force them to look at their wounds, okay? I feel for the last week or so, I feel like there's parents and friends, and I feel like some of the parents or family has really attacked this particular DM's self-worth. Like they grew up and they never felt good enough. They were always belittled, and so that's something that they need to work on. And now I'm the bad guy, right? A lot of the DFs are upset. They've been ghosted. They haven't, they don't talk. My advice to you DFs is don't chase. Don't send messages. Don't send texts. Don't do anything. Just go and live your life. Go out in nature. Ground yourself. Do all of the things that are good for you, right? Because you're just going to end up setting yourself up. And you're just going to end up getting upset because if they're not ready, they're not ready. And texting them and messaging them and calling them and doing whatever is if they're not ready, they're not ready. They're still fearful. They're still trying to ground themselves. They're still trying to figure out what is going on with this connection. You can't force this connection. When it's meant to be, it will be. And lastly, they're secretly anxiously wanting to see you. So you're on their mind constantly. This, like I said, this connection does not go away. You can suppress it, you can forget it, you can live your life, you can live in the moment. But these feelings always surface. And you both, the DF and the DM, think of each other several times throughout the day. And this will likely happen for the rest of your life. Some of these journeys between the twin flame between the DF and the DM, they'll never figure out what they're supposed to do on this journey. And regrettably, they won't end up in union. Ultimately, that is the outcome, is for you to be in union and have your reconciliation. But once you're in union and you have your reconciliation, you're to do greater good by the world. And together, the two of you can conquer the world. But the whole purpose of the journey is to heal and do greater good by the world. This is such a blessed gift. This is such a blessed journey. It's not an easy journey. It's a very difficult journey. But once you get to the end of the journey, the end of the road, the outcome is, I can't even put it into words. So that's what I have for you today. If it resonates, great, thank you. Tune back in tomorrow. As I said, the energy, is different every day. And, it just depends on where the DM is in their journey. But actually, I did say I wanted to, I don't know where my journal is right now. I wanted to read, here it is. I wanted to read a few things out of my journal only because I don't want you guys to think that I'm speaking shit. And actually, I don't want anybody's money. I don't want to monopolize off people's vulnerability, on unhealthy obsessions. Just drop me an email. I can tell you or not if I have a feel for whether this is a fated or twin flame connection, or an unhealthy obsession. I can tell you where you are in your present journey, but I will not tell you if and when you're coming into union. Okay, so let me go. Okay, so I'm like, he knows it's a faded connection and it will not go away. The love is so profound today, and I haven't felt that for a couple of weeks at least. He's been angry, but the situation, he's done with it. He's angry, not with the DF, but the situation. He's done with everything that does not fulfill him. He's very sorry and scared, and he still has anxiety. There is sexual energy between both of them, and they're feeling nostalgic. He wants the DF to be his wife. So and here, this is very important, there is still some doubt as to whether or not he's good enough. So basically, like I said, I channel the energy every morning, and then I flip the cards, and the cards seem to resonate with my journal. It's kind of crazy, yes, I know, but that's just the way it is. But I don't really want to read my journal because it's boring. So anyways, I'm done for today. Have a great day, folks. Like and subscribe if it resonates. Tune back in tomorrow again. You know, sign up for your free reading. Thanks for everyone that has signed up for the reading, and thanks for, you know, the likes and views. Okay, have a great day. Bye.